Hello, my name's Harriet Carter and I'm a research nurse that works at York and Scarborough teaching hospitals within the Research and Development Department. Clinical trials are just as much about the patient as they are about the scientific exploration of healthcare. Some people may find the idea of participating in research intimidating or scary, but in reality there's a lot to be gained by taking part. This video will show you how research works from a patient perspective, and you'll get to hear from some of our current research participants. But first, a little bit of background about how research works.
Hi, I'm Siobhan. I'm also a research nurse at York Hospital. I'm involved in consenting patients to new and innovative research studies, and I'm also involved in supporting patients throughout their journey. Our team works hard to screen against the study's eligibility criteria. Things that can make a patient eligible are being within a certain age range, having the capacity to understand and consent to a medical trial, having a diagnosis of particular interest, and not having any pre-existing medical conditions that could interfere with the safety of the trial. Things that can make a patient ineligible are being on certain medications that may interact with other drugs, having a diagnosis of certain conditions that may impair cognitive function, and being deemed too unwell to comply with trial requirements. If you are screened and deemed eligible to take part in a study, you may be approached by a member of the research team or by one of the clinicians. You'll be provided with an information sheet that tells you everything that you need to know about the study. For more complex studies, you may be given the opportunity to take this information away and have a think about whether or not you'd like to be involved. If you decide you're happy to take part in the study, we will then begin the consent process. This is a very important procedure that ensures, number one, that the patient is protected and fully understands what involvement in the trial means for them, and number two, that the integrity of the study is maintained. Without a signed consent form, we are unable to enrol you into a study. Once all the documents have been signed, we can move on to the next process. Personal information is protected at all times during your involvement in a research study. To ensure this, we allocate ID numbers to each patient. ID numbers allow us to identify you as a patient without sharing personal information with the trial sponsors. In terms of actually participating in the trial, the options are varied. You could be involved in trialling a new drug, in sharing your experiences of different treatment options, and you could also be involved in the completion of questionnaires focusing on quality of life of patients with different conditions. A key example of these questionnaires is the EQ5D5L, which is commonly used in research studies. The questionnaire that you can see now is used consistently within research studies. It focuses on asking patients about their pain, mental health and well-being, and how their day-to-day activities of daily living are achieved. For patients involved in drug studies, the enrolment process can be more complex. The process of randomisation allows us to allocate treatment options to patients involved in the study. This is usually the trial treatment versus standard of care. The research team will support and monitor you throughout your time in the study. This may include regular appointments, either in person or via the telephone. This may be over a course of weeks or even years, depending on the study length. Attending these follow-up appointments can help ensure we can keep a close eye on you throughout your study involvement. Once follow-up is finished, that's when your involvement comes to an end. The results are then analysed, and sometimes sponsors may provide us with results of the studies to share with participants.
As a department, we work on a variety of different trials across many specialities within the Trust. We deliver interventional studies where we provide additional or alternative treatments to standard care. Interventional studies have a lot of variation. In some examples, we may be exploring a brand new drug which has been tested for the first time, or we may be exploring existing medications on unexplored conditions. Drug studies can be open labelled, where both the clinician and the patient are aware of what has been administered, or they can be masked, where we are unaware of whether the patient has been administered the interventional treatment or a placebo. From a patient perspective, participating in a drug study is a much more involved process. They'll be closely monitored by the clinical and the research team. By contributing to interventional studies, we are creating a sound evidence base which ensures the care that we provide patients is safe, efficient and effective. We frequently contribute to observational studies which focus on patient care and their outcomes using data collection. Through these observational studies, we're able to identify trends and gaps in knowledge which help contribute to future research. Such findings are often used as a starting point to develop more detailed interventional studies.
Here are some common questions we receive from patients throughout their journey. Can I withdraw from the study? Yes, you can withdraw at any time without giving a reason. Your care and legal rights will not be affected. It is important to remember that any data collected in the study up to this point may be used, but no data going forward will be used or collected for the study purposes. What sort of burden is involved? This really varies from trial to trial. It may be that we ask you to come in to attend for additional study visits. This is purely for safety purposes and to ensure that we're giving you the best possible care throughout your participation in the trial. Please rest assured that the research team will do everything they can to ensure that these appointments are tied in with your attendance for regular hospital visits. What difference does it make? Taking part in research is important. Whether this is on a large or a small scale, each patient who takes part helps to contribute. These contributions help us develop new treatments, new therapies, and improvements to standard of care. Each study is different, and due to their varied nature, it is really important that if you're approached for a research study, you take the time to read, understand, and digest the information you are provided with.
Full name is Graham Trevor Clough, and I've been on the Turing trial. It's been very, very good so far. I've had plenty of information from all the people involved, so that I know exactly what's happening and when. Really, all that I can say is that the staff who we've met have been first rate, all the way through. I'm absolutely delighted with the way things have gone, and I'm glad I came on the Turing trial.
Thank you for watching. Hopefully this video has spread awareness and understanding of what research is. Research is crucial to the development of healthcare and is only possible with volunteers. So thank you to our past, current and future participants for your contribution to research.